Well, I just couldn't wait. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich. So, yes, this is mere minutes, just like 30 or 40 minutes after I opened that box. And here I am again with this little guy. And we did some testing. Before we're going to do some other things. So I did a little bit of cleanup. Just a small wipe of some isopropyl on the disc, and then I put it in to verify some things. Now, what did I verify? I verified whether or not I could read all of the regular Redbook audio off the disc, because that's going to be the last stuff on the disc, right? All the game stuff is in the center, and then all the audio stuff goes out, just like a record player. And I was able to successfully get all of the Redbook audio off. And I went all the way through and listened to like the last 4 or 5 tracks from start to finish. And I didn't hear any blips. I didn't hear any bloops. I didn't hear anything. It looked and sounded pretty clean. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something else. Maybe there's some other data that's not going to be able to be read, and it's going to be a nightmare. But I had to know. And you know what? You guys have to know, right? So let's get into this and get into this POLYMEGA, put this disc in and see what's going on, right? We're ready. We're going to take this, and I know you can see it's actually a little better to see. But you can actually kind of see where the data stops is actually where that little scratchy thing is. So let's find out if this game goes into POLYMEGA and installs from start to finish. Let's go. All right, guys, first things first, we got to make sure that this thing reads, right? So it's going in right now. LUNAR, the Silver Star, Sega CD, going in the POLYMEGA. We've got the controller. We've got the spins. And again, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm not going to shed too many tears. There's other alternatives. There are things that we can do. But if it does, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. It's recognized as LUNAR, the Silver Star, Sega CD. Hitting X to manage. There it is. Add to collection and install. Hitting A to confirm. It's 492.197 megabytes, which is less than the area in which I think that scratch is. So I'm going to put it on the external. And let's go. Installation in progress. I'm putting the controller down. And this is where I don't know. I just don't know. Are we going to get some things? Is it going to fail? I just don't know. I don't know. It is definitely nowhere near the Final Fantasy VII disc. Like those were pressed. Those were basically brand new. This is the first time that I'm using a disc that is kind of shaky here on the POLYMEGA. So I'm nervous. Are you guys nervous? Because I'm real nervous. Again, if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. There are alternatives, right? There are ways that you can get the disc. I might be able to do one of those, because this is a Sega CD game. So, ISO kind of thing is probably in the cards. It might read one, because the Sega CD games are basically almost Windows discs. You can read almost everything on the data layer of a Sega CD game and the Redbook audio on a computer. You can just put your Sega CD game in a computer. You can actually put your Sega CD games in a CD player and actually just play the audio on a CD player. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's a thing you could do, which is pretty cool. And Sega kind of took that and ran with it. I don't know about Saturn games, but I know Dreamcast games, they had a special layer of sort of protection, but they were all Windows based. So unfortunately for Sega, it was just so crazy for them that you could take a Dreamcast game and basically do whatever you wanted with it. Like you literally could do whatever on a Sega Dreamcast game. Rip it, burn it, put whatever, inject other things into a copy of an ISO and burn an ISO onto another disc and put it in your Dreamcast. It would just read it. It was insane. It was insane back in the day. Like the copy protection things were just like out of the window. They were just goodbye. Who cares about that? But even still with Sega CD, because this is back before there was a lot of like burners and it wasn't ubiquitous. You didn't have a CD/DVD ROM burner. Back in 1993, there wasn't even DVDs, but you know what I'm saying. It was just hard for that. So copy protection for stuff like that back then is like minuscule, like many things. So, yeah, this is one of those things. I can't even. Like I'm like just I'm freaking out. I'm like freaking out. So, but again, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Again, it's one of those things. But when I did the read of all of the Redbook audio, and it took in Windows Media Player, which is what I used for, it's kind of notorious for the reading of that data, where if there was gonna be a big problem, Windows Media Player would have yelled at me when I tried to rip the audio off to do the MP3s. And even if it didn't, then those later tracks, a lot of those, when I was listening to them, they just wouldn't play. They wouldn't work as well or do whatever. So we'll see. Again, we're creeping up. We're creeping up. 86%, 87. I don't know. Again, if it fails, it fails. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's one of those things. But man, this is one of those things that's like, it's so intense. You're just watching a bar go by, and we've been watching this now for, what is it, 6-7 minutes or something like that. This bar, is this going to be like the most exciting time we've ever watched a bar go by? I don't know. It says 99%. It says installation complete. Oh, guys. Oh, man. I might have just gotten. So we're gonna. We ejected the disc. We're putting it back in. We're closing it. Did I just get a copy of LUNAR for Sega CD for under $50 on eBay? And then install it on my POLYMEGA to then hit this button here and then have it work. Oh man, look at that. Look at this. Look at it. He's like, oh, I'm the Dragon Master now. You are, Alex. You are. Oh man. I'm gonna hit play. I mean, we gotta see it, right? We gotta see it. Oh, look at that! It's got all this. It's got even the thing. The thing. I'll save that for the fun for 5, right? We have to do a fun for 5 on this now, right? Of course we do. But for now, we just hit play just to verify. Will it actually play? So let's go. Start a new game with enhancements enabled. Go. There's a little POLYMEGA thingy. I didn't know it. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Oh, man. Oh, man. We have to crank this, I think. Yeah. I'm cranking it. Oh, man.
When all the land is peaceful and there is no brother to us at last, there comes a time for love, two hearts colliding into one great hymn.
The cheesy 90s. Oh, give it to me, man. Oh. like Sid's guitar or keyboard. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, guys. Yes. Hit the start button. Oh man. Oh my goodness gracious. Nice.
There you are, Alice. I've been looking all over for you.
Oh
What are you doing
man.
back here again? Listen, I know you really look up to Dragon Master Dine, but this is ridiculous.
Come on.
If Dine were still alive today,
Flying cat
I'm sure he'd tell you to stop
things
dreaming
that
about
are
physics
things that I don't want to
Get off your
spoil
butt
unless
and
you
set
know.
out on
If you know, you know.
adventures. I know you have the courage to be a great hero, just like Dine. So what's holding you back?
Oh my goodness. That's all I need to see. Yeah, because one of those tracks actually is one of the last tracks. That track that was null is like track 51 or 52 on the CD. I don't know why, but it just is. But that played and it didn't skip, which means the rest of the data is probably there. Glorious days. Let's go to the wrap up. I can't, because I'm going to play this all day if I do. All right, let's go. All right, guys. I'm sorry if it was like, if I just crushed myself on the audio with the music and all that, but I just don't. For today, I don't care. Everyone needed to hear that. That 90s, the early 90s cheese and the synth and that lady was just it. I don't know if she was just trying to like win a Grammy that year or whatever, but they put that lady in that sound booth and they're like, look, this is a main theme for a video game, but you know what I need you to do? I need you to just lean in that mic and just rip it. Just go. And yeah, she did. And it's one of the most, I mean, for me, in my memory, it's one of the most iconic video game entrance, like, you know, opening themes of all time, because however many times I've heard that, I used to just turn the game on and just go in to the next room, like get, you know, some snacks or whatever. This is an RPG. You're sitting here and you're grinding, and we'll get to that later. And, you know, you're playing the game or whatever. But you got to prepare, right? You got to get your snacks, you get a drink or whatever, and you're sitting down, and you're doing all that. It's fun. It's fun stuff. So you let it sit. But then, you know, that song comes on, and you're like, I mean, come on. You got to let it play at least once or twice before you hit the start button. You're not just going to go. Not when that lady's just saying, look, I did this. I went in that booth, and I crushed this. You will listen to me. You know? It's just... I did not think that I would ever get into a situation where, yes, I don't have the front cover of this thing, but it's got the back, it's got the sides or whatever, and I've got a disc in here. And this manual is complete outside of its front cover. Would never think that I would have another copy of this. US, right? Without paying obnoxious money. This is sub $50. I mean, a little over, obviously, with shipping and all that. Is, I don't know, 57 or something like that. Shipping. I don't care. But this, right, was 25 or 30 or whatever shipped from Japan, right? But this is the Japanese version on the Saturn. Now we're going to play this as well. You know, we got to patch it first, right? And that'll be another video. And we'll play that version too. But I'm staring at my childhood right now. And that is priceless. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below of this video. What do you guys think? You know, are you excited? Again, just to put out the call out. Is this, are we putting this on the list? Is it full void? And then courtesy of my man, Fan and Fiction, Fantasy Star. And then this. Let me know. Let me know down below. And we can just completion quest until the sun comes up, right? That's what we're doing. So again, let me know down below in the comments what you think about that. If you're new here, leave likes, dislike, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just get in the comments, say something to me too. Scream at me, whatever. I don't know. Tell me the music was too loud. It's fine. It's all good over here. And of course, it is the end of a video here at Bacon Ice Cream Production. And you know what we have to do? We have to 100% thank every single member of the Good Times Club. So let's do that right now. So let's thank the EverCanadian, Crimson Cross, George Games, Chris Westerman, Fan and Fiction, Skeletrex, Lloyd R. Jim, Papa Pete, the Intellivision Gamer, Ken LaCure, Mr. Shore, John Willig, and Gunzy20. Thank you guys all so much for being members, for being so supportive, for being in the comments. Yes, it's been, I don't know, probably a couple of days. The week's been crazy. I wasn't feeling well yesterday. Trying to get over it today. I will be back in those comments and answering every single one of yours, especially my guys over at the Good Times Club. We got to talk about all of that fun stuff. We got the meeting coming up probably next week or two. It's going to be great. We got some awesome things coming, and I cannot wait to share them all with you. So until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. This smile is not coming off me all weekend. And we even have news to talk about. I skipped news lines to do this with you. You know how important this was to me. Because we got news lines to talk about, right? We got Evercade news. We got Atari news. We got all sorts of stuff to wrap up. We're going to do that in a wrap-up show, maybe even live on the weekend. I don't know. I'm feeling frisky this weekend, so maybe we'll check in for that. So keep that tuned. We will talk about all that news. Of course, tomorrow on the Evercast, we're going to be already talking about that news. So I don't know why I'm going to do another thing, but I will. I'll do reactions and stuff over here on the channel too. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And again, we'll see you next time. See ya.
rtfc.baconicecream.com.
Yeah, I'm snuggling with it. What? All right, see you guys.